Oh, hello. You came back. So, thank you. I just made a nice cup of coffee, as you can see, using my AeroPress. And I said I was going to talk about the boat, didn't I? Well, this is it. This is Musia. She's a 12.85 metre Dutch steel cruiser. She was built in 1980, and she's actually called a Motor Grundle 1285. So she spent a lot of time going through the French canals, the Dutch canal system, all the way down through the Canal Midi. Some of her previous owners took her as far as the Mediterranean. This wasn't really the plan to live on a boat. It was more of a last-minute decision. My mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease back in 2017, and I became her full-time carer. Moved back into the house, became her, became her everything. I did everything for her basically. Did all the shopping, the cooking, the cleaning, looked after her, what she needed. Used to get up in the night to help her. If you've experienced Alzheimer's or dementia, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That was difficult. Anyway, moving the story along, she sadly passed away in October 2019. And that was an incredibly hard, difficult thing to happen. I inherited a house, which was, lucky, fortunate, I suppose. But then, as you well know, in March 2020, March, April, we had a big announcement, COVID and lockdown. So I was stuck in this house, this huge house. It's a 3-bedroom house in Colchester. I was stuck there and felt dreadful. Had a whole house to sort out, 50, 60, 70 years worth of stuff. So I spent the whole of lockdown basically restoring the house. I fitted a new kitchen. I ripped the old one out, which was very dated. Bought a kitchen from B&Q. Did the bathroom. My cat was there, Kiss Girl then. She used to help me. During this whole time, I was obviously thinking about wanting to be with my son and my wife in Belarus. That was the idea. Once I sold the house, I was going to go there and relocate there. A month before I completed on the house sale, Russia invaded Ukraine from Belarus.
Major breaking news this hour as Ukrainian government leaders say the Russian invasion has begun.
So that put a bit of a spanner in the works, really. I felt incredibly sad that had happened.
Entering the country from Belarus, that is to the north of the country.
How can I go there now? It could blow up into a full-scale war, I don't know. So I postponed my trip. I completed on the house sale, literally a month after. Had all my stuff packed into my car. I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee back then. I got rid of everything else. Everything else went in a skip or I sold it. A whole house full of stuff. Put some stuff into storage in Colchester. Went and spent 3 nights in a friend of a friend's spare bedroom in Colchester. Not knowing what to do, where to go. My whole world had collapsed basically because of this invasion. So I basically had to, suddenly do something. I had to find somewhere to live. I thought, right, I can't rent anywhere. That's just wasted money. You start going into rental, you've got deposits, you've got, all kinds of bills come out of the woodwork, don't they? So I went on the internet quickly and looked for a boat. I found a sailboat that was down in Burnham Marina. Phoned the guy, drove down, looked at the boat. All this time, the whole time this was going on, my cat, Kiska, was in a cattery while I sorted myself out. Anyway, so I came down, looked at the boat. All the deck was all ruined. And then I went down below and it just reeked of diesel. It just stank of diesel. I thought, I can't live in this. It's disgusting. It's horrible. It smells. So I came out. Anyway, it was then that Jonathan, the guy from the yacht brokers, said, what about this boat here? And showed me to this boat, Musia. And I came through this door. And immediately I thought, This is exactly what I need right now. This is exactly what I want. So that's Musia, and that's why I'm here. And to be honest, I've had jobs. I've been working. I've worked at Stansted Airport, worked for Park Dean Resorts, customer service. The airport job was retail operations, so I'd spend, an 8-hour shift walking around the whole airport, even to the satellite buildings where you go and get the planes, and checking up on retail, restaurants, shops, all the shops actually. Had to report any issues, help them if they had any problems. Go in and stand in for staff if they were low staffed, replenish shelving in fridges and stuff in boots. Whatever needed doing, I did it. Prior to that, I signed up to do a cabin crew course with Ryanair, which was, that's another story, that's another video entirely. Yeah, so I've had different jobs, with a view to save up enough money to go and live in Belarus with my wife and son. But as you know, time moves on, time doesn't stop. So you get into a routine of, you get a job and you get into a routine of going, coming home, eating, going to bed, going, doing the job, coming home, eating, going to bed. And all this time, this war in Ukraine has been going on, and I've been hoping it would stop. I was hoping that they'd come to their senses and stop it, but they haven't. So where does that leave me? It leaves me with terrible depression, quite honestly. Terrible depression, anxiety, worry, stress. I'm getting old. I'm not young by any means, so what do? I can't live without them. Like I'm telling my wife Olga every time we speak, 3 times a day at least sometimes. I can't live like this anymore. So I need to sell the boat and come to you. I need to be with you. I need to be with my son Alex, who's now 12, who needs his father around. He needs him. I grew up without a father. My father passed away when I was 7, so I know what it's like not to have a dad around. I had the token dad, the stepfather figure in my life. My mum had a long-term partner, and that's another story. That's another video entirely. But yeah, that's where we are. This is the boat. This is Musia. This is my home, which I'm trying to sell, which also creates another issue, selling this boat, which is my home, and stepping out into the unknown, putting all my things, which quite honestly aren't a lot, into that car, driving it onto a ferry, driving it across Europe to Belarus, driving into Belarus, reuniting with my family, which will be amazing and great. But then there's the whole business of what then? How do I bring in an income? How do I move forward? If you've got this far in the video, thank you. This wasn't scripted either. This was from my mind. This was from memory. But anyway, thank you so much. Watch this video here and subscribe and like and comment. I'd love to hear your comments. Are you in a similar position as I am? Are you between a rock and a hard place with your life? Do you know what to do? Do you know what you'd like to do? Do you not know what you want to do, but you're stuck? Just tell me in the comments. Let's have a conversation.